Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that is absolutely crucial for anyone serious about building long-term wealth: sectoral diversification. I know, it sounds a bit like financial jargon, but I promise, by the end of this video, you'll see it as your secret weapon for smarter, more stable investing. So, what exactly is it? Imagine you're building a sports team. Would you pick only quarterbacks? Of course not. You'd want a mix of offense, defense, and special teams to handle any situation the game throws at you. Investing is the same. Putting all your money into a single industry or sector is like having a team of only quarterbacks. If that one sector takes a hit, your entire portfolio goes down with it. Sectoral diversification is simply the strategy of spreading your investments across various industries to create a balanced, resilient portfolio. It's about not putting all your eggs in one basket. Let's break down why this is so powerful. The economy moves in cycles, and different sectors perform differently at various stages of that cycle. When the economy is booming, sectors like technology and consumer discretionary, think luxury goods and travel, tend to soar. People have more money to spend, and they're optimistic about the future. But when the economy slows down or enters a recession, these same sectors can get hit hard. This is where defensive sectors come into play. Industries like healthcare, utilities, and consumer staples, the companies that make things we need regardless of the economy, like toothpaste, medicine, and electricity, tend to hold their value much better during downturns. By holding a mix of these cyclical and defensive sectors, you're essentially building a portfolio for all seasons. When one part of your portfolio is struggling, another part can be thriving, helping to smooth out the ride and protect your capital. It's this balancing act that reduces overall risk and volatility. Now, let us get practical and look at three major sectors that can form the cornerstone of a well-diversified portfolio: technology, healthcare, and energy. We'll start with the one that gets all the headlines: technology. The tech sector is the engine of modern innovation. We're talking about everything from the smartphone in your pocket and the software you use for work, to cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and electric vehicles. The growth potential here is undeniable. Companies in this space are constantly pushing boundaries, creating new markets, and disrupting old ones. Investing in tech means you're betting on the future and positioning yourself to benefit from groundbreaking advancements. Think about how companies like Apple, Microsoft, and Google have fundamentally changed our world and generated massive returns for their investors along the way. However, with great growth comes greater volatility. The tech sector is known for its dramatic ups and downs. A new regulation, a missed earnings report, or a shift in consumer trends can send stock prices tumbling. It's a high-reward space, but it also carries higher risk. That's why it's essential to balance it with something more stable, which brings us to our second pillar: healthcare. Healthcare is a fascinating and fundamentally defensive sector. Why? Because health is a non-negotiable need. People get sick, need medicine, and require medical care regardless of whether the stock market is up or down. This creates a consistent, reliable demand for healthcare products and services. The sector is incredibly broad, encompassing pharmaceutical giants developing life-saving drugs, biotech firms working on cutting-edge gene therapies, medical device manufacturers, and hospital operators. An aging global population is a massive long-term tailwind for this sector. As people live longer, the demand for healthcare services naturally increases. Plus, ongoing innovation in medicine and medical technology provides exciting growth opportunities within this relatively stable industry. Investing in healthcare adds a layer of resilience to your portfolio. It's the steady defender on your team that performs consistently, providing stability when your high-flying growth players might be having an off day. It's a powerful combination of defensive stability and long-term growth potential. Now, for our third crucial sector: energy. For a long time, energy meant one thing: oil and gas. And while traditional energy sources are still absolutely vital for powering our world, the sector is undergoing a massive transformation. This makes it a particularly interesting place to invest right now. On one hand, you have the established oil and gas giants. These companies often pay significant dividends, which can be a great source of income for your portfolio. They are also essential to the global economy, and their performance is often tied to economic growth and geopolitical events. But the really exciting part of the energy story today is the rise of renewable and clean energy. We're talking about solar, wind, hydrogen, and battery storage. Governments and corporations worldwide are pouring billions of dollars into this green transition, creating an enormous runway for growth. By investing in the energy sector, you can get exposure to both sides of this coin. You can have the stability and income from traditional energy, while also capturing the explosive growth potential of the clean energy revolution. This internal diversity within the energy sector itself adds another fascinating layer to your portfolio strategy. So, how do you actually do this? How do you invest in these different sectors? The great news is, it's easier than ever. You don't have to spend countless hours researching individual companies, although you can if you enjoy that. One of the simplest and most effective ways to gain diversified exposure is through exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. There are specific ETFs for every sector you can imagine. For example, you could buy a technology ETF like QQQ or VGT, which holds a basket of top tech companies. You could invest in a healthcare ETF like XLV to get broad exposure to the healthcare industry. And for energy, you could look at an ETF like XLE for traditional energy or ICLN for clean energy. Using ETFs allows you to buy a slice of an entire industry with a single transaction. It's an efficient, low-cost way to build a diversified portfolio without needing to become an expert stock picker. Of course, you can also pick individual stocks if you have the time and passion for research. You might decide you really believe in a specific pharmaceutical company's drug pipeline or a particular software company's business model. The key is to ensure that your individual stock picks don't lead to your portfolio being overly concentrated in just one or two industries. Always keep that big picture, multi-sector view in mind. Let's recap what we've learned. Building a portfolio concentrated in a single sector is risky. Economic cycles mean that what's hot today might be cold tomorrow. The smart approach is to diversify across different sectors, creating a balanced team of investments. We've looked at three key players: technology, the engine of high growth and innovation; healthcare, the defensive stalwart providing stability and long-term demographic tailwinds; and energy, the dynamic sector offering both traditional value and transformational green growth. By combining these and other sectors like financials, industrials, or consumer staples, you build a portfolio that is more resilient, less volatile, and better prepared to generate consistent growth over the long term, no matter what the market throws at it. It's about playing both offense and defense at the same time. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a foundational strategy for sustainable wealth creation. It's about sleeping better at night, knowing your financial future, and riding on the fortunes of a single industry. Thank you so much for sticking with me today. I hope this breakdown has made the concept of sectoral diversification clear and actionable for you. It's a game changer, and I encourage you to look at your own portfolio through this lens. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, as it really helps the channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss our future deep dives into smart investing strategies. Drop a comment below and let me know which sectors you're most excited about right now. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.